Hello everyone, and welcome to the Shut-In Show this April 20th. My name is Danny Parker, and I will be your host for today. Today we're going to talk about some good news, some books, and a little bit of self-care. Going to do a review of the One World Together at Home, and then pick out some of my favorites from the different performances. I'll link all that stuff in the description, but let's just get right into it a little bit with, this weekend I embarked on an adventure. My hair gets a little scraggly if I don't cut it, and I typically try to get a haircut maybe like once every month or so. I do pretty short, and then it gets long again, and you know how it works. That's just how haircuts work, Danny. Anyways, there's some tolerances that I work within, and we were getting to the outside of the tolerances. So Amanda cut my hair. And she's done this before. She did this in college. It was like one of those things that she likes to remember as like really important in her relationship with my mother before we were married. We were just dating. Amanda cut my hair, and then my mom was like, finally, you got a haircut. Geez, you went to the salon. Good riddance, all that stuff. And then Amanda was like, actually, I cut it. My mom was sort of like, good, I think. Like, I don't think she was sold on Amanda yet. But needless to say, we have some clippers. I was nervous about this, so I postponed it a little bit too long and then didn't plan very well for it. And so when we got to clipping at probably like 8 p.m. on Saturday night, I hadn't charged the clippers, so they got they died like 5 or 10 minutes into the experience. So let me just show you. Here we go.
And then these guys, like, what is this?
They're wings. I have wings now.
So it's not that bad. And then you just turn.
That is what the back of my head looked like for a good, like, I don't know. I stayed up late trying to wait for the clippers to charge, and we just kept going. And essentially, my head looked like that until like the middle of Sunday. Like it was just, it was bad for a while, guys. It was way bad. It was very sad. But we made it through. I have, I think, a much better haircut this time around. Amanda did a fantastic job cleaning up all of it. Just a little bit of waiting around, and we made it. We made it. So thank God for a talented wife and an excellent haircut, all things said and done. But man, I was nervous there for a little bit. It wasn't uncomfortable. I mean, it's more uncomfortable to have too much hair coming down on the back of my neck. Like, it just annoys me. But yeah. So anyways, let's move on to real news. I'm just glad that I've seen other people with kind of rough haircuts posting on Reddit and stuff. I'm just glad it's not me. But moving on. So, I tried to watch this. It was pretty enjoyable. It was like, I watched as much of it as I could, and the thing that I realized about this is that live streaming is hard, as just evidenced by my tech error just now. It's tough, and they were trying to coordinate a lot of people, and some of the people that they were coordinating with were you guys are being really funny in the chat. I'm pretty sure it's coming through now. Super insightful analysis. Okay. Basically, coordinating with all of these really talented performers, really talented musicians, and truly, like, watching somebody who's really famous struggle with how to record themselves, how to make good quality audio come in a room that's not built for like super sound dampened audio that sounds really good. Like, basically, just bless the people who make that stuff work for us. Bless the sound man. This is a thing that I like every time at church, every time at a concert, when something is going well. That's always where my brain goes. And I really am grateful for people that work in sound tech and video tech, because it's a hard job, and it's something that I did for a while. And it's literally, if you do your job well, no one notices, which is the best possible case scenario. If you do your job poorly, everyone will point it out, because audio especially is like really hard to get right. So watch some of the videos. If just page through. Some of it's like a little awkward. Some of it's really great. Other things are like, man, you should have edited that a little better. There are just lots of examples of things that are like, this made it onto the YouTube page. Like Hosier, I love that guy. His audio sounded great, but it was 3 seconds difference from his visuals. Like, what happened? Anyways, bless the sound man. Thank God for the people who usually do that right. And it just gave me a lot of confidence for this stream. Like, in like a couple of weeks, I've been doing a pretty good job. There's some gaffes here and there, like somehow my my microphone's not on. Like, thank God for people who point it out. Wish there were like more obvious things whatever, I can figure it out later. But thank you for your patience, and also, I feel good about myself. Like, Lady Gaga has a hard time with this. This is great. Let's watch one of my favorite videos from the experience, from the performances. Billie Eilish, and I think it's her brother Phineas, performed a song called Sunny. I'm going to be linking this later, and also I'm going to link Lizzo did a fantastic performance. Really great. Here we go.
Hey you guys, so I chose to sing Sunny by Bobby Hebb. I love this song. It's always warmed my heart and made me feel good, and I wanted to make you guys feel good, so here we go. Sunny, yesterday my life was filled with rain. Sunny, you smiled at me and relieved the pain. Now the dark days are done and the bright days are here. My sunny one shines so sincere. Sunny one so true, I love you. Sunny, thank you for the sunshine bouquet. Sunny, thank you for the love you brought my way. You gave to me your all in all, and now I feel 10 feet tall. Sunny one so true, I love you. Sunny, thank you for that smile upon your face. Sunny, thank you for the flame that flows its grace. You're my spark of nature's fire. You're my sweet, complete desire. Sunny one so true, I love you. Sunny, yesterday my life was filled with rain. Sunny, you smiled at me and released the pain. Now the dark days are done, the bright days are here. My sunny one shines so sincere. Sunny one so true, I love you. I love you. Sending on the love.
Great song by an awesome performer. I really liked some of Billie Eilish's songs. There's I've seen some memes though that are like, "Is Billie Eilish okay?" Like, so some of her stuff is very moody, and she just can nail that vibe really well. But some of my favorite things have been like, she just sometimes seems like some of her things are talking about things that would make me worry about a person, especially one so young. But seems like she's got it together. So let's talk about self-care for today. Todd, still there. Self-care. So today's self-care tip is go away, read some books. Reading books in this time has been something that's been super helpful for me. Having less time constraints on places, like things that I need to go do or whatever. It's been really nice to like, I always go to bed and read. It's like the fastest way that I occupy my brain enough to pass the heck out. But when I'm like really into a book, which I've been recently, I'm making more time for reading during the regular day. It's been really nice, and it's been something that's like a natural escape from the sort of tedium and the natural escape from like the world is a little stressful and weird. So it's cool for me to read about like, you know, space fighters and pilots and stuff, and like that's been really fun. So I've been reading Skyward and Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. Just finished those two. Knocked it out yesterday. Really would recommend those books. Really go read them. They're great. I'm trying to convince Amanda to read it right now too. But also, this falls into the good news category. The Spokane Public Library is offering online digital book clubs. Now, you can probably find people to do a book club with yourself, but if you want to read with large groups of people in the same city as you, there's a lot of cool groups that you can join. So for adults, they're running groups on The State of Wonder by Ann Patchett, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. For teens, they're doing Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I highly recommend this one. Really enjoyable. Very different and similar to the movie, but obviously. But very much a good book that's a very great escapist sci-fi, fairly easy read. For kids, they've got Henry Huggins by Beverly Cleary. And for all age groups, you can do Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling or Watership Down by Richard Adams. All of these books, if you don't have a copy, you might be able to find them in any one of the Spokane Public Library's reading apps. I personally use RB Digital and Hoopla. That's the two on the left and right there. And then Overdrive is another great source. Essentially, all you need to do is sign up for a library card, which is probably still possible right now. I probably should have looked that up. But if you don't already have one, go check out their website. If you have a library card, all it is as simple as going to the app and then punching in your library card information with your PIN and everything, and you just go there. These are officially endorsed by the Spokane Public Library website. I definitely would recommend them. You can get audiobooks, you can get ebooks, and you can find even movies and comics and stuff. I read all of the Hellboy comics on this RB Digital platform. Watership Down shouldn't be a kid's book? All right. Good to know, Clint. That's in the all age groups. So hopefully nobody's getting way out past it with their stuff. So another thing I would recommend right now, if you like having that physical copy of a book, Aunties from downtown Spokane is still selling books and shipping them. You can buy online, and I will provide a link for that. They could use your support just as much as any other place right now, and they're able to stay in business with that one specific way. So go buy some books at Aunties. If you got the Skrilla for it, please do. They would really appreciate it. But I think in one of my classes, one of the classes that I'm taking, we are in 2 book groups. I'm going to be reading The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and A Wrinkle in Time. And it is quite enjoyable to kind of go through something and have people to talk to about it. So definitely enjoy a book club. Start a book club or have a partner that you're reading with. But just try it out. It's worth doing, and it's essentially community plus reading, which is both things that we could enjoy right now. So, moving on to greater good news. Spokane, this is an update. Spokane has decided to plow ahead with an $80 million budget for construction projects this summer, including this bridge. This is the Post Street Bridge that they shut down earlier in the year, kind of all of a sudden when they realized that it wasn't structurally secure anymore. So, including $18.5 million to replace this bridge. The city's also apportioning an additional $10 million than they had planned for the summer. Hopefully, they'll increase that as we go along. As I was talking about in the previous coverage of this, Spokane can help its own economy by making use of this time that none of us are going to be on the road anyways. The materials are cheap, and the workers need something to do, so putting people to work by creating these projects and pushing them through quickly and well-funding them seems like a really good way that our leadership can move forward and help our city grow amidst this, help our city grow and rebuild figuratively and literally amidst our crisis. So good on you, Spokane. I'm excited to see how this goes this summer. I'm really excited to maybe skip some of the roadwork season that we've usually experience, right? I don't need to go downtown, so I don't need to worry about driving through all of the mess as much as I would normally. So do it quickly. And other good news, there's a man named Captain Tom Moore who was in the British military. If you haven't heard this story yet, Captain Tom Moore is approaching his 100th birthday. And he decided to try and raise maybe $1,000 to give back to the health system in the UK. And so he streamed or took videos, had some caretaker take videos, him walking 10 laps in his garden. And people got really into it. People got extremely into it. Captain Tom Moore has raised $33 million at this point by walking 10 laps a day in his garden, trying to hit 100 laps before his 100th birthday. $33 million. This is another wonderful example of people coming together and rallying behind somebody who didn't have to do this, didn't have any real reason to other than it was a good idea, and it was a good way to gather people together and gather hope and money to support those people in need right now, which is our healthcare system, right? What a wonderful way that like the world is giving back right now. So people are loving this so much. They had military members come and do a salute on his last lap, and also there's some, I don't know if they're called like reenactors at this point, but essentially people who own the World War II era planes that would have been like the top of the line plane back in World War II for the Royal Air Force, the Spitfire. They're planning to do a Spitfire flyby on his birthday, which I love. It like made me tear up when I was just reading about it. So people are also calling for Tom Moore to be knighted. Now, I don't really know how knighting works. I know that the Queen has to say, hey, you're a knight now. But I don't know what the minimum qualifications are. But it seems like this guy's hit it. He served his country in the war, and now he's serving his country again by offering hope and just something fun to pay attention to while we're all sort of stuck inside. So I, for one, really hope that he gets those Spitfire flybys and that he gets to be knighted. Sir Tom Moore has a nice ring to it. So that is our show for today. Here we go. Thanks for stopping by for some good news, some good music, and good stuff. Call your folks, take a walk, eat some lunch. This has been the Shut-In Show. Thank you so much for being here.